Jack Fee, Jack Fee, Jack Fee. Listen, here's what your son's doing. Okay, he turned in all of his work, but didn't do the work, thinking maybe I would just be like, "Oh, look, he turned his work in. I'm going to give him credit." He needs to do his, and I'm going to walk you through because I know Jack knows how to do this. He needs to do his DLR. There's 4 days of DLR right there. There are the lessons right there. So I teach him how to do it. There isn't anything I didn't teach on here. So right here's the black folder. I put his DLR in here. Taught him how to do it, and Jack is one of the brightest kids I've ever had, ever. So he can do it. He just got to put the work in. So DLR 1 through 4. If you're confused on how to turn it in, which he's not because he's already done one, he will watch my video how to turn my DLR in, and then turn them in and submit it for 30 points. He's got 0 right now. Spelling, same thing. Jack needs to do his spelling sort. So, let me go over that with you real quick. Here's his spelling. He is in the blue group. His spelling words are in the black folder that I made for him. He will watch my blue group lesson to learn how to sort them, and then he needs to do 2 speller's choices. This is not hard work for Jack Fee. And then language. There's 3 things in language that he needs to do from last week. All right, and that is sentences 5, 6, and 7, which, believe me, those are super easy, man. These are not. Here's the thing, for Jack, they'll be pretty easy. And I did the lessons here. See these 3? Those are the lessons. Again, 5, 6, and 7 sentences, language fundamentals are right in here. Folder, and then if you could how to turn in my language. It's the same way to turn it in for DLR and spelling. And he already did one, so I know he knows how to do it. And I went over it with him before they went on remote. I mean, of course. Theme it up. This would be reading. He did not get this done. So he turned it in, though, and said he did, but didn't get it done. So for reading, he needs to. I read the 2 stories to them. We talked about theme, right, on this Google form. In my lesson, I show the kids how to fill out the graphic organizer and what I'm looking for. So he needs to fill this graphic organizer out and answer the 2 questions on his Google form, and he'll be done. And then what else? Personal narrative. Personal narrative. Let's take a look. So that's under writing. We're starting a personal narrative. And so what I want him to do, I shared a story about when I lived in Italy for 3 years. And my car got stolen. So I shared a story to give them an example of what a personal narrative is. And I talked about it. And I showed them how to fill out this graphic organizer. And the graphic organizer is basically this. I want Jack to come up with 3 story ideas of something that happened to him, like personal narrative, personal story that he'd like to share. And I want him to not forget to put the most memorable part for each of the stories that he'd like to maybe share. Then we're going to pick one, but he's got to get this done. All right, so he didn't do that. All right, and then he did not do. Well, he did his science. Yeah, he did it. All the science is done, but that's a shocker because Jack likes science. Jack, you got to do the work. Just let him know, man. Got to do the work. You can't just pick and choose what you want to do. Okay, you're one of the brightest young boys I've ever had. There are going to be times in life you got to do things that you just aren't into. And I'm trying to make it interesting for you, but it's kind of hard to do on remote learning. Okay, buddy? Get the work done. All right. I miss you guys, and we'll see you soon.